I mean, that's stunning already. You haven't got up the hill yet. Got all that to traverse, but there's the castle there. Isn't that amazing? So much muesli. So much muesli. Too muesli. Muesli. Hello there, it's me, your old pal Karl Welshman, eating some muesli, if you didn't guess already. It's Saturday morning, it's 6:45. I'm eating this muesli, and then I'm going to jump on a bus, get off at Belfast Castle, and we're going to have a little walk up Cave Hill. And I'm going to take some photos and stuff along the way. That's my plan anyway. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I thought you might want to come with me, alright? If you don't, just end the video there and go and watch some person, I don't know, going around the city pretending to fart, or maybe you want to watch a video with, I don't know, somebody going into a bar and just getting drunk. Maybe that's what you want to do. Let's get some muesli in. Muesli! Right, we are ready to rock. I've got my walking stuff on. It's not just about these things being waterproof, but it's also to protect my other clothes. It is apparently 0 degrees outside right now, which means the top of Cave Hill is going to be bloody bitter. So got my bus ticket, no turning back now. Let's go! Jesus, seems like everyone in the world is at the top of Cave Hill already. It's rammed up there. I'll see if I can get it on camera here. You might not be able to see, but these fancy ass houses, these fancy houses are in the way at the moment. Come on. Yeah, look, what the hell? Look at all these people. Crazy. Yeah, I guess that's why there's so many people up at the top of Cave Hill trying to capture that sunrise. I was about to say sunset, but yeah, again, that sunrise. Yeah, maybe I'll try and get up a little bit earlier next week. The weather's too unpredictable though. Also, it's going to get earlier and earlier. Yeah, I mean, it's not the most magnificent view at the moment, but it'll look good from the top anyway. Still got quite a way to go. I'm not even at the Cave Hill path yet. I'm already knackered. That's not a good start, Carl. I mean, that's stunning already. You haven't got up the hill yet. Got all that to traverse, but there's the castle there. Isn't that amazing? Flipping heck. Literally just starting, guys. Now, when I go with the Cave Hill guys, we go up this way. And then we end coming down here and around. I think I'm gonna go the path that I usually go on. I don't know, I'm struggling to speak. The path I usually go on when I go on my walk. So far I've only ever done this in the dark, so this will be interesting. Something one of the guys said was he liked doing it in the dark because, I mean the walk, he liked doing the walk in the dark because you couldn't see what was up ahead. Like if the hills were super steep and things, you wouldn't know until you got there. I suppose my only concerns really about today, or this morning I should say, because it's, what is it, I think it's only just 7:45. I think my only concerns about today really are ice. Yeah, we certainly don't go that way. Is that a new path someone's trying to do? That'd be ridiculous. God, I'm so glad that I come out today, guys. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, I thought there was going to be another path here. Like I said, I've only ever done it in the dark. Ooh, that's cool. Spooky. Yeah, I've only ever done it in the dark, so I'm not entirely sure what the actual path is, but this seems right. Just imagine, guys, doing this in essentially pitch black. Can't even see the trees usually. It's like being on a little roller coaster. Yeah. This explains why I usually slip so much and have to walk like I've crapped myself. Now, this does look like a bit of a divergence in the path, and to memory, I believe that we just usually... Oh, no, there isn't. Good. I was going to say, in memory, my memory serves me correctly, which it never does. It would have been a straight on anyway. You certainly don't go down there. Sorry for the old sniff there. Yeah, this will be a little spot that sometimes we stop briefly before we crack on. Me and my wife were talking about this the other day, going for walks, and I said I like listening to music everywhere I go, and we seen a guy walking along and he didn't have any headphones on, and I commented on how weird it was. But he certainly had it right, to be honest. I was listening to some Cradle of Filth as I was walking along earlier, and it didn't really set the scene. It was a little bit surreal. Do I heard something then? Oh God, don't get me started now, Karl. So yeah, I turned the music off, and instead I'm just talking to myself. Whew, this is steep. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a bit here now, as in like stop recording. Hopefully I don't get lost. Well guys, just as I predicted, I believe I've gone the wrong way. There were some trees back there, which I would have had to have ducked under if I normally went that way. And I have no memories of ever having to duck. And there was a path that was going up the way before I reached them. This here is definitely not something I've seen before, so let's go up this way. Oh, I'm probably adding like an extra 2 miles or something to my walk. There'd be a thing on the news that there was a stupid Welshman airlifted from Cave Hill despite weather conditions being absolutely perfect. So the problem is because first time I did it, and again it was in pitch black, I didn't really clock where we were going at all. And then the subsequent times I've been doing this, I've just been nattering to people and then just following the people up ahead. Yeah, I think I'm reaching the bit now which down there would have led to this, so yeah, let's go up and around. Whew. Yeah, I can see what the guy means now about doing this in the dark, because all I see is hills and slopes, and I'm not even halfway and my legs are going. I had muesli earlier, so why isn't that fueling me? Hopefully at the top of this hill is a little point that we usually stop at that I recognise. Otherwise, God knows where I am. Well, that's a bit ominous. Hopefully that's not like a marker where someone got killed or a Blair Witch came along and took someone. Pretty spot though to be murdered by the Blair Witch. Yeah, I don't know, I still can't tell whether I went the right way, but there are sitting stones here. But I'm pretty sure the area we usually sit at, there's more. Almost like in a little circle. So there's the goal, guys. Up there. I think I might have some water. Well, guys, God knows where I'm off. I was pointing the camera up there. There's the top of Cave Hill there. I think. No, that hasn't got a cave in front of it. Oh God, guys. My bearings are bloody awful, seriously. Ever since we've got a new car as well, right, whenever we go to Tesco, I haven't got a bloody clue where we're parked. I'm not going to the right. I'm going to go that way. I'm pretty sure I have no clue then about our walk. I am not the foggiest. I don't know. So there's the cave. I got a feeling we walk up along the front. See, like I've said multiple times in this video because I keep repeating myself. This bit here is where we would head and usually walk up the front of. And because it's pitch black, I can never see. Now we've got a random guy up here with me. I'm gonna let him walk ahead. But yeah, I think there's a path there. It is. This is the path. And we must come down from a different angle. Like this guy, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy is on part of the Cave Hill walk group. So yeah, I recognise there's like a little fencey thing there. And this bit is quite treacherous, and then we kind of go up and around and along the top. What the hell, he's running. What an absolute lunatic. That's pretty steep. Right, let's crack on. And I'll probably say once again how I walk up here in a pitch black and can't see any of this and don't know where I'm going. So I wonder if it's from up there that I usually come. And down and around. Because that bit that I stopped at, I'm positive there's more stones. Like more sitting stones, you know? But again, like I said, my bearings are so crap. It's your Cave Hill there. Your Cave Hill. I am on Cave Hill. I mean, there's your cave. And here's the walk, which again I'm going to reference. We usually do in a pitch black with a couple of head torches, so it's quite dangerous. Look at that view though. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, while I've got you here then, we'll just talk a little bit about mental health. So everything this year has been about mental health and resilience, building up a resilience. And so far this year, I mean, we're only just coming out of February, but I am so proud of all of the things I've managed to accomplish this year in regards to sort of strengthening my mental health, but pushing myself. You know, even this, jumping on the bus this morning, to walk up here, I genuinely don't think I could have done it. Even in the end of 2025. Whereas I genuinely am at a point now where I'm like, what would have been the worst that could happen? You know, like genuinely. But anxiety is a weird one, isn't it? And I think unless you're going through it, you can never really explain it to people. I think people are really blessed if they've not experienced anxiety or don't experience anxiety around silly things like going into a cafe or getting on a bus in a city that they've lived in for the best part of 20 years. But I'm really proud that I've managed to conquer so much. And there's so much more I want to do. I want to keep cracking on with this. The sense of freedom is amazing. It is. It's like proper freedom. And it hasn't been easy. God, no. It really hasn't. I still get like little pangs of nerves. There's still things that bother me, like. But yeah, I would not have seen any of this morning. Well, I think this is kind of halfway up now. I think that's part of the old zoo there. I've never seen that wall before. But yeah, look at that. There's the Mourne Mountains there in the distance. But yeah, this is fantastic for me because I can't drive. I can't drive because of my dystonia. My dystonia is like Parkinson's. I'm not going to go on a big tirade, whatever. The thing about that, but it means that I'm not allowed to drive due to involuntary movements. So, you know, the ability to just jump on a bus and this is here. Do you know the bus as well literally is a 7-minute journey maximum. Bit of a walk to get to the bottom of this walk, you know, this climb up Cave Hill, but so worth it. And the weather's perfect because it's cold. Doing this on a summer's day would be a killer. It is a killer. I've done it before. Let's crack on. And this is why you buy walk-in boots, guys, because there is a lot of this. And you haven't got to worry about wrecking. Oh, God. Well, you have got to still worry about stepping into really deep puddles which engulf your foot. You know the other thing that's great about this, guys? Everyone that you encounter are just happy to be out and about. It's just good vibes everywhere. This bit here in the nights usually is deadly, but I think because of the ice it's made it easier to navigate. I am feeling the burn on this bit, guys. It's all nice behind me. It'd be fun if I was going that way. Not just because it's downhill, but just how pretty it is. But this is where we are at the moment. Again, past a few people. They big beaming smiles and really enjoying the morning, you know. As an empathic person, I know, cliched, I'm an empath. I really do feel other people's feelings quite deeply, you know. So for me, encountering so many happy people having a good time and having a nice walk, it's food for the soul. It genuinely is awesome. I think that's why I like going to heavy metal gigs, you know. They can be a bit mad, but to be in a room with hundreds of other sweaty people all there for having a good time and jumping around like an idiot, there's no better feeling, you know. God. Flipping heck. Look at that. Look at that. Creepy clouds over there. probably full of dementors, or it's the mist. So there's some giant leviathans, might be leviathans, Lovecraftian creatures, Cthulhu's in there somewhere, probably out there. That's more like it. Is that a person? Top of Cape Hill there. Can't really tell. Probably meditating. Hopefully meditating. And or are they a pile of stones? Hopefully it's not an evil wizard or something. So annoying when you get to the top of Cave Hill and there's a bloody evil wizard there. Look at this. Go on, look at it. You're watching my video anyway, so you might as well have a look, guys. There's the, I think they call it Napoleon's Nose. That's where we're going to get to. Nearly there. Looks like we're over the worst of the steep walk. Go over there, take a few photos, have a bit of water, take in the scenery, and then a nice downhill walk back. Yeah. I do think that I have done mostly the walk that I normally do with the Cave Hill men's walking group. Kind of ended up in the same place. I think going back's also going to be interesting to see whether I go the same way, or I think the way back is not a million miles away from the sort of easier walk that me and my wife would have done. I can see that they're definitely not wizards now. As a person with a selfie stick or certainly a long pole for some, oh maybe it is a freaking wizard then if they've got a long pole casting spells onto Belfast. It's very close to the edge. Hopefully I'm not going to end up capturing a fail army here. I mean, that's incredible and all, but is there anything more satisfying than this? Oh. We did it, guys. We did it. Well guys, I'm on my way down. It turned out that it was actually a person meditating, and then it was two other people with a selfie stick. I think they were like trying to shoot a music video, but whatever they were doing was, it was a bit annoying, to be honest. Blasting music. Just blasting like dance music. And I felt really sorry for the person meditating, because whenever the music turned off and you could hear all of the ambient sound of birds and things, it was incredible. It was so lovely. But then all of a sudden they started up with like proper dancey dance music. Kind of wish I stayed up there now, guys, because there are police officers going up there now. I wonder if somebody complained about the noise or something, because they did have their music blasting pretty damn loud. Yeah. Can't help but act suspicious whenever police are about, can you? It's like security guards. It's like whenever I go into a shop, I always feel like the security guards are sort of giving me a weird look, or they're, you know, for some reason following me. And that makes me nervous, so I start to act suspicious, and then before I know it, the security guards are following me because I look extra suspicious. Before I know it, I'm chucked in the back of a van somewhere. And I'm sure if I stayed at the top of Cave Hill there when the police came round, even though they were possibly there for those idiots that were blasting music, I'd end up arrested for some reason. Yeah, it was funny there. When I stopped at the gate, I could see these two people in my peripheral vision, and I thought they might be police, right? The woman gave me a bit of a grumpy look, the policewoman. What the police are doing. I don't think they have stopped them because they're still doing all this shit with a selfie stick. Maybe the police just fancied a little walk, which is a bit surreal, if I'm being honest, because you can't park anywhere near here. So they'll have been walking for ages. I wonder if they're skiving. You know, this is their equivalent of when you're working from home and you create a little Excel macro program which moves your mouse, which stops your computer from timing out. So it looks like you're busy all the time, and actually you've jumped on a bus and gone to town and met with friends and go back in the afternoon and turn the macro off and maybe send an email. But for the police, they got like pedometers that count their steps, and they've parked up at the bottom of Cave Hill, had a cheeky bacon roll, and then came up to the top of it. Yeah, the damn sight easier going down. Interestingly, the people I've been encountering as I come down have not been quite as smiley, particularly this way, because, I don't know, maybe they're struggling because this is quite a walk coming up here. Like once you get to this slope, you've already been up multiple steep inclinations. Or maybe the policewoman that gave me the grumpy look earlier on has now jinxed me and has made me have a slightly grumpier face than I did earlier on. I mean, I was smiling going up the hill earlier and other people were smiling, so maybe this is just paranoia setting in, or I've crossed over to like uncanny valley and everyone's evil now. Okay, the curse seems to be lifted now. Everyone's friendly again. And this is the way that we would normally walk down in the dark, and the bit that I find the most slippy out of all of the walk, I tend to have to walk really carefully down here. Ooh, need to look where I'm going. We're all good on the bits of stone, you know, the makeshift steps, but everything else, these muddy bits, quite crazy. Never noticed this thing here. It's like a well or something. I suppose I'm not going to notice it because have I mentioned that it's usually pitch black when we're going down here? No, it's not a well. It's like a little... Is that a seat? Is that like a little dogging hotspot or something? Probably is. I think I did see something about there being dogging on Cave Hill. It's always a worry, isn't there, when you go out at night, go to like a nice woodland area or a car park at a beach. You know, when you see cars ominously parked up and you're like, is this like a dogging area? You know, you're too scared then to pop your window open in case someone comes over and starts tugging at you. You're like, I'm just trying to chill. I'm just trying to relax here, you know. Last thing I need to see is your twig and berries being frantically manipulated in front of me and my wife. You know, we got a little flask of tea here, we're trying to have a good time. Not that kind of good time though. And they're like, oh, all right, can I finish up? And you're like, no, just go away. Oh, well, I just did that thing, guys, where I was speaking and not actually recording, but I was basically saying that this section here reminds me of when the girls were very young. And we told them we were going to go for a little walk, and we parked the car up by Belfast Castle and started walking. And this is quite a journey. Like, I've got these steps. And the girls, our youngest would have been essentially a toddler. She would have been about 6, 7. Oh God, that's that phrase, isn't it? Everyone says. I don't know what it means, but anyway, she was about 6, 7 or 8. And yeah, it was all fun and games until they realised they then had to walk all the way back, and we've still got quite a lot of land to cover here. Actually boiling now. I can hear people. I don't know whether they're behind me or in front, so we'll stop. Just woke my daughter up there. Called her, give her a ring. Must have been a bit surreal for her, because I was like, yep. And at the moment I'm walking down Cave Hill. She's still in Noddy land, like, you know. So I promised her a cheeky Tim Hortons when I get back. Tim Hortons breakfast. I might get one as well. There we go. We're on the home stretch. That's where we began, up there. Got a dog bounding behind me. Hopefully it doesn't trip me over. But yeah, I was going to turn the camera on, but the guy's walking behind me and then it would look weird. But we're done. Get back now, get my daughter a Tim Hortons. I was going to get a kebab for dinner tonight, but I decided I'm going to make a spice bag at home, so I'm going to get some chips. I've already made my salted chili seasoning myself, so we get some chips and some chicken strips, make a curry sauce, and get some vegetables, peppers. I think I've got peppers there actually. Nice. Yeah, cheaper and a little bit healthier. And this is where we began. Stomach went weird then. Thought one of the cars down there was my wife's car, which would be impossible because she's in Glasgow right now. So I was talking about earlier, I'm so rubbish. My bearings and cars and remembering things. Just walking up to the bus stop now. I know for a fact that one is going to pull up when I'm in that weird sort of zone of, should I run or should I just let it just go? You know what I mean? Making me look like an idiot. I don't know whether to pick up the pace and knock myself out more or just amble. There tends to be loads of buses anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna amble. Well, that's me back home now. Muscles are aching. McDonald's breakfast in my stomach. My daughter decided she wanted a McDonald's rather than a Tim Hortons. I wasn't going to get myself anything, guys, but Jesus, after all that walking, I was absolutely starving. I've got a few bits from Iceland, so I'm going to make my own vegetarian kebab for dinner tonight using kebab meat, guys. It's really good. It's actually great, that stuff. So I'm gonna make my own little cheeky kebab. I got a nice flatbread there, got some sauce, got some salad. Doing a little bit of writing now. I've got a pot of tea next to me, bit of writing, tea. Just gonna chill for the rest of the day. Hope you had a nice little adventure with me. Thanks for coming along. And as always, I think you're a beautiful human being, okay? Don't ever forget that. Me, you, I'm pointing at me now because I can see myself in the camera, but both of us think that you're absolutely gorgeous, all right? Take care. Much love from me, your old pal, Karl Welshman.